What's up, everybody? Today I want to share a concept that has helped me orient myself to be able to decide the best way to approach things in order to create my dream. And really it doesn't matter what that is, whether your dream is to be an elite level athlete or whether your dream is to be a successful entrepreneur or you want to be a successful parent or a successful employee or whatever that might look like. Step one, obviously, is getting clear on what that dream is. As I've probably already said, and I'll say many, many times again, if you don't know where you're going, any road is going to get you there. So you always need to start with clarifying what it is that you actually want, because essentially you act as an antenna to draw those things towards you. So whether you're focusing on all the things that you don't want, which if most of us are honest with ourselves, we usually spend a lot of times focusing on things that we don't want to happen. And paradoxically, the more we think about those things, the more energy we put into those things, the more likely we make it so that those things show up in our lives. So you want to orient yourself towards focusing on the things that you do want, which is why having a goal or a dream or an objective that's clear and that you can visualize is so important. So with that introduction, I want to talk about the concept of I, we, all. And this is something that I've learned and adopted through studying Paul Chek, which essentially the concept is simple. It's I before we, always. And if you imagine three circles, each one is nesting within the other one. So you've got a little circle, a bigger circle, and an even bigger circle that encompasses all of them. In the middle circle, you've got your I, which is you. It's your personal needs, your personal wants. And then the outer circle beyond the I is the we. And the we is when you're in relationship with one other person. So it might be you and your spouse, or you and your child, or you and your coach, whatever that might be. You and one other person creates the we relationship. And then that expands out into the all, which in this model is when you have three or more people working in conjunction towards the same dream. And you can expand that out to your family, you can expand that out into your community, you can expand that out into an entire nation and ultimately into the entire planet and even to the entire universe. So with that concept and what it has helped me to do in my life when it comes to creating my dreams is it gives me a framework in order to make decisions that aren't just good for me, but they're good for everyone on my dream team. And as you get deeper and deeper into that process, you realize that everyone on your dream team is really the entire universe, because you know, you if you're in a relationship with one other person at the we level, then how you manage that relationship is going to be important. But also, as you keep expanding that out, you know, you have to get food from somewhere, you're getting your water from somewhere, and all of that is supported by the earth, which is supported by the solar system. So ultimately, when you use this concept, it helps you to see all the different levels that your decisions might have an impact on. And it also helps to remind you that the I is in the center of that, because the I is ultimately the only thing that we really have complete control over as far as what we focus on and how we manage ourselves. And so the concept of I before we always is essentially stating that you have to take care of yourself first and foremost. You have to be able to provide for yourself first and foremost, because just like when you go on a flight and they tell you that if something happens, you have to put your own oxygen mask on first before you can help somebody else. it's the same concept. You can't authentically give what you haven't been able to give to yourself. And so you have to start at that I level, because then when you move into the we level, you are 50% of any relationship that you're in. So if you're not upholding your 50% because you're not focused on your I, that's going to manifest in what's going on in your we relationships. And then the same thing is true when you expand out into the all level. If you're not managing your I effectively, and then you're not managing the we effectively, that's going to go out into how you're managing your piece of the collective, of the environment, of your family. And so that's really the biggest lesson of this, is a lot of times when it comes to doing what we need to do to create our dreams, we get so focused on what's going on out there and trying to, create or change external circumstances, or trying to influence the environment or people, and we don't realize, or we forget, that it all starts with us. And it goes in a cycle, because if you're not managing yourself effectively, if you're not eating the way that is right for your body, if you're not getting the rest that you need, taking the time for introspection, if you're not moving your body, all the things that it takes to be a healthy, happy, whole human being, that again ends up reflecting itself in the we and all. And the decisions that you make that aren't helping you create more health for yourself ultimately manifest out into the other levels. For example, if you're choosing to buy food that is coming from companies or farms that aren't supporting the environment and aren't supporting the soil, and then ultimately that's going to come back full circle to you. Because if you're not doing things that are supporting the environment, then you're not putting your money, you're not putting to the intention into the things that are ultimately going to help bring you health. So you can see how this becomes a full circle, and again, why it's important to start with the I. So there you have it. I hope this is helpful. I hope this is a framework that you can use to start prioritizing your values and to start making decisions off of, so that you're not only in a line with your relationships or with the environment, but you're aligned in all three levels, because that is ultimately going to be the quickest way to align you towards the path of your dreams, because you'll be in harmony and you'll be in balance, and you won't be wasting so much energy bumping up against the edges and bumping up against the extremes, which ultimately have consequences that, again, it goes in the cycle. So if you found this video helpful, I'd appreciate it if you gave us a thumbs up, subscribe to us. We're going to continue to bring more and more of this kind of content. And if there's anything particular that you'd like to hear more about, learn more about, then feel free to message us, leave us a comment, and we'll be happy to include that in our future videos. So I will talk to y'all soon. Have a beautiful day or night or wherever you're at, and I look forward to talking to you again.